What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Just Talk Smith channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a video that I have been trying to film because I've had so many people asking, what does it cost to build a built 6.0, built motor, built trans, non-VGT, 500 plus horsepower, 600 plus horsepower? What does it cost and what all does it consist of? So today we're going to be talking about that. Now, we've recently been having some storms and stuff in London, Kentucky, so prayers going out to everyone affected. It's still actually pretty windy today. We're not going to be doing this outside. We're going to get some B-roll footage of some parts of the motor just to overlay, so you don't have to sit here and watch my face talk the entire time. And then we're going to go to the garage, sit down, and go over a list. Now, I've wrote down everything I can possibly think of, so I cover every single nook and cranny, bolt and nut that goes into a motor and transmission build like this. With that being said, there may still be some parts and stuff that I miss, so don't just have X amount of money ready, dive into it and say, no, Justin Hawk Smith said it will only cost this much. Everywhere is different depending on your location, shop, etc. Thanks to you guys watching the video, I haven't paid 100% value MSRP for every single part. So just keep that in mind. Some of this stuff may be a little extra upgraded, stuff that you may not need to do a simple build like this. Keep in mind, I've also been scammed out of well over $20,000 from the first engine builder, Danny Bryant at Main Street Auto and Diesel. With that being said, there were some things that got replaced that will be in this list that you probably won't have to replace. So keep that in mind as well. Let's go ahead and head to the garage and jump right into today's video. What's up? I'm interrupting this video for today's sponsor, Lasfit. Y'all go check out their website and see if they've got anything for your make and model vehicle, no matter what you drive. They offer LEDs for almost every make and model out there. They are super bright. All right, babe, open your eyes.
Oh my gosh.
And long lasting. They stand behind their products. They offer all kinds of accessories for an array of different makes and model vehicles, bed liners, floor mat liners, LED bulbs for literally everything front to back. I run them on all of my trucks. We also have some YouTube videos showing off their products as well. I will have them linked in the description box down below, along with the discount code popping up on the screen now. Y'all use that discount code and support the YouTube channel and support an awesome company who stands behind their products and supports the YouTube channel. So huge shout out to Lasfit. Thanks again. Let's get back into the video. All right, guys, so now we are out in the shop and we are gonna go over this list. I've got most of the parts that were included in this build on here. Like I said, most. Some of these parts have changed since we had a failure in the motor, the first motor that was built. We had a lifter failure in, so we ended up going back in and doing even more parts the second time around, which was all from Blessed Performance. So they took care, warranted the bad part, even though it wasn't their fault. They just warranted the bad part and they built an entirely new motor again. So we've got engine block. I don't have a price for. I don't know how much engine blocks run, but that would be an engine block that is fully decked and prepped and everything that they do to an engine block, machining, all the machine work, everything. I don't have a price for that, okay? So I just pretty much went through every single part on the invoice. There wasn't individual prices on my invoice that I had. I just went on to Google and typed in 6.0 Powerstroke main bearing. So all of these parts may not be 100% accurate. Just a disclaimer. These are just random prices off of Google for the average Joe. So we've got main bearings 100. We've got main studs 400. Coated and delit pistons 1500. Rod bearings 100. Stage 2 cam 700. Push rods 300. Lifters 250. Billet low pressure oil pump 630, thumper 2 around 1400, front cover kit. This is a whole new front cover kit with everything that you need, including a new front cover 600, diesel sight standpipes 200. We've got the HHC ball tube with Viton O-rings around 350, holders 205 30s. Those are going to be somewhere around 2000. Powder coat, roughly around $1,000 in powder coat on the engine. The race head's around 3,200. That is a O-ringed head and it has 120 PSI valve springs. So that is around 3,200. We've got bulletproof diesel water pump. Finally, we paid for one of these from Danny Bryant and it was not on the motor It was not on the motor whenever we got the truck back from Danny, so he just completely stole the money that I gave him for a bulletproof diesel water pump. New Motorcraft oil cooler, competition Gator studs around 400, Blessed Performance manifold kit around 580. Then you've got your basic tune around 100 bucks. And then let's see here, let's flip around to the second page. Man, this is adding up quick. Let's see, we've got titanium stud kit, that is for the headers or manifolds, whatever you want to call them. A complete gasket kit around 600. Turbo Time USA GXR7 non-VGT turbo around 1850. You can also use my discount code HAWK5 and save some money on that, and also support the YouTube channel. Riff Raff boots and pipe kit around 400. No Limit intake, that would be the cold air intake coming off of the turbo. That's going to be around 400. Then you've got the best of the best SoCal billet T4 conversion kit to swap over from VGT to non-VGT. That's going to run you around $1,200, and it's worth every penny and more. Blessed Performance air deflector. This is some of the beauty pieces. These aren't necessarily included in a motor build, but I just went ahead and included it because I look at the engine bay as the motor build. So we've got Blessed Performance air deflector around 200, Blessed Performance wire loon around 100, regulated return, that is something that is needed, around 600 depending on what brand of kit you buy. Mishimoto intercooler, that is going to be needed for that big Turbo Time Performance turbo. It's going to be pushing a lot more boost. It's going to blow your factory one apart. Fast fuel system, got to have a fass on there. Even if you have a stock truck, order a fass now, save your injectors. But with the regulated return, the bigger injectors, the fast fuel system is needed, along with that Thumper 2 high pressure oil pump is needed or advised or what would you say, promoted, recommended. People can run 205/30s on a stock high pressure oil pump as long as it's in good health. But you know, it's nice to go ahead and put that Thumper 2 on there so you're able to hold that ICP really good. We got the Blessed Performance exhaust, that's around 500-600. Diesel Sight transcooler, that is around 400. And then all of these prices are with no shipping and no tax. So I've done a rough estimate on tax and shipping, and you're probably looking an additional $1,200 to $1,300 on all of these parts. Now, of course, if you picked all of these parts up, or any parts that they had from one location, such as Blessed Performance, use my discount code, stuff like that, you could probably save quite a bit of money when you're doing a full build like this, or no matter where you buy the parts from. If you buy them all together, you can save money doing that. So now we've got the transmission build. So that right there, 21,560. 21,560 is what that adds up to. That's just the motor. Yes, like I said, there was turbo, there was air deflector, there was a few things that aren't technically on the motor, and then of course a brand new engine block is not even included in that price. No machine work is included in that price, and no labor is included in that price. So $21,000 just in parts. Okay. Then we've got the transmission build. This is with no labor. This is what getting a transmission from Herbie at PKPmotorsports would cost you, right around $7,500 for the exact build that I've got. So grand total, I don't even know, I didn't write that down. Let's see if there's another page. No, there's not another page, but you're looking at $21,000 or $21,500 plus $7,500. So you're getting right up there, close to $30,000 in just parts. That is before any labor. Now that is literally pretty much if you took a rolling chassis 6.0 Powerstroke that had no motor and no trans and built it from the bottom. That is pretty much what we had to do here on the Joe Snock Smith YouTube channel, thanks to Danny Bryant, who completely destroyed the old block, stole the old block. You know, my truck originally had 90,000 miles on it. Danny took that 90,000 mile motor, done who knows what with it, built some extra motor that he had laying around with all of the parts that me and Blessed Performance had brought him, gave us back a 200,000 something mile garbage junk built motor, and then we had to pull the motor out. That is when we shipped that motor to we actually shipped that motor to PKPmotorsports. Herbie pulled it apart, and he has pulled a lot of 6.0s apart. He said it had easily over 200-something thousand miles on it. So that was not the original motor, as well as the transmission. My truck did not have the original transmission that was in my truck when I dropped it off there when I got it back. So Stole the motor, stole the transmission, but that's a completely separate story. So anyway, this is if you had to buy a new motor and a new transmission and literally swap everything over. So it was quite a large chunk of change, but the truck has an entirely brand new motor and transmission, and not only is it brand new, but it is built with all of the best parts with some tender love and care. So I think that pretty much wraps up this video. I wanted to go through there. You're looking at roughly $30,000 to take a 6.0 rolling chassis, get a motor, get a trans, a built motor, and a built trans, throw it all in your truck yourself. Nothing crazy, just a really nice street truck, street setup that we can then make look good. Right now it's kind of like a stock looking sleeper truck, but after we do new lift, new wheels and tires, powder coat, etc., it'll be a really cool show truck, street truck, something fun to take to these shows and continue making these cool YouTube videos for you guys that you love so very much. I know you do, especially the haters. I know you love my videos. So that's going to be all for today's video, guys. Always remember, everybody starts out as nobody. I've been trying to make this video forever, so I can finally take this link, send it to anyone who wants a full build sheet on my truck, and I don't have to type out a paragraph this long. I got a big head, so if my paragraph's as big as my head, that's saying something. Peace out, guys.